So I thought I'd bring a special guest on the channel this week. If you're struggling with your short game, you're in for a real treat. I spent a week with my dad, actually. We were camping, weren't we, a couple of weeks ago?
Yes.
And Dad said, in your own words, how has your short game been? You're chipping around the green.
Well, basically it was horrendous.
In what way?
Well, whenever I got near the green and I had to get my lob wedge out to chip and try and get up and down for a par, more often than not, I'd end up shanking it.
Shanking it. And for those of you shanking it, it's like it's going off in all different areas.
It went everywhere.
You're fatting it, you're thinning it.
I fatted it, thinning it, everything.
Yeah.
Basically, I just got so nervous when I had to take a shot like that. I just couldn't improve at all. And then when
I'll put a few little images of what we did actually when we were camping, because when Dad told me this, I always bring a wedge everywhere with me when I go on holiday. So in this video, what I thought I'd do is I'll show you what we did, because you played apparently last week, didn't you? And it's
yes,
going,
I did.
And it's going well?
It's going very well.
Okay.
It's going very well.
So we thought we'd try to follow up on that, because what he was doing is one of the biggest problems. If you find that you're struggling around the greens, you're struggling to get consistent contact, you're getting a bit anxious and nervous, Dad's been there, and I'll show you what we did, because it's obviously helping. And this really, I've just travelled up again this week, thought just to kind of give him a bit of a follow-up, so I thought you'd enjoy it. Yeah. Now, before I get into the video, if you're new to the channel, so your first lesson of mine, please consider subscribing. At least videos like this every single week to try and help you improve your game. But you never have to remember a thing. I'll always put a free download practice guide in the description box below. So to help Dad, I'll run you through what we did with Dad's short game, okay, to stop him from shanking it and really getting more consistent contact. And it was really one thing we needed to change. So when Dad's chipping, one of the biggest mistakes he was making really simply was this. The golf swing, when you're chipping, it needs to be almost like a Ferris wheel. So if you look at the circle I'm taking here and the circle back to the golf ball, it's almost like a Ferris wheel. If this was like 90 degrees, we want the club around about 75 to 80 coming back down onto that golf ball. If it does that, you're almost going to guarantee the strike that you want. It's like a Ferris wheel look. But my dad had much more of a roundabout look, where the club's swinging too much like this. Now the problem is two things are happening. As the club is swinging this way, the club is actually moving away from his body. So his hands, everything are moving away. If you move the club away, you're more likely to bring in the hosel, and that's where your shanks were coming from, wasn't it?
That's right, exactly right, Danny, yes.
But the other problem is when you're chipping, you're in rough most of the time. So if you're coming around here, you generally catch a lot of the rough, so you start hitting fat shots. The other thing, you can start to thin it as well. So all I wanted Dad to do, and I want you to do if you're struggling with chipping, is to help you create an action where the club basically comes down more like a Ferris wheel on the golf ball than a roundabout like this. All right?
Yeah.
So get yourself set. Okay. Go back into your original posture first. This is really important. So go back to your original posture.
Well, I was sort of this way.
So I see this a lot. So the first thing is Dad looks like he's sat on the toilet, right? And the problem is when you're sat back like this and the shoulders are back like this, you're basically, in a sense, you look at this here, you can't put any pressure on this handle. So what happens now is the head basically wins the battle and you end up coming around here. Yeah. Now all I did with Dad was I said, look, you need to get to a place where we want this club to go upwards like a Ferris wheel. In order for the club to go upwards, what force do we need on the handle? Downwards. So if you then push your body more this way, you can push a force now down on this handle, and by pushing a force on the handle, what happens to the head? It naturally is going to work upwards. Yeah. If you're like this, the head's winning, and where's the head going to go now? Inwards. So that's why you're going in. So the first stage is to make sure you've got a posture where you could just get your fists almost like this, push down. Now I'm in a place where I can push a force on the handle there. That's set up. Start there first. So if you get yourself set.
Yep.
So feet a bit closer together. Okay, that's it. And you can see here, even with Dad there, he's still got his bum look a little bit too far back here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from here, just imagine, Dad, get yourself set, just pushing down here, get those arms hanging down nice and vertically. Right, okay. Make a swing from there. Okay, good. And again, so posture's in place. Now you could probably start a pretty good shot, that, Dad, isn't it?
Oh, that's right.
Pretty good shot. But do one more time for me. Now, what can you see on camera? Now, Dad's aiming quite a long way right here. Okay, we don't change that at the moment. No, it's not the end of the world, because aiming right, I can actually help you come down over the top, right? But hit another couple of shots for me.
Okay.
But can you see what Dad's doing to get that club back to the target?
I can't believe how much easier it is if hit the ball by in this position.
It's better, isn't it?
Oh, it's 100%.
But in this session, we're going to make it even easier.
Right.
Because what I'm still seeing when you're playing this shot here,
Really?
and you'll see it on camera,
Yeah.
I'm still seeing this.
Right.
I'm still seeing you hooking it around.
Just turning the club over.
Yeah, well, because you have to do, because what's happening, the club's still taking, look, a little bit of a path in here, and then as a byproduct, the club's going out, you're having to wrap the hands around here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what we need to do now is, when you get yourself set up, we're going to help you now to try and get that club working
More in front.
here.
Right.
Right? So get yourself set.
Okay.
And the drill I gave Dad to do, and I want you to play around with it, get yourself set. Okay. So if I said to you now, Dad, if I stood here,
Yes.
you can use an alignment stick here. So I'm going to stand here, right? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put an alignment stick roughly where you want to go.
Okay.
Now make a little backswing now, avoiding me.
Wow, that really
Now,
feels-
now the first thing I'm noticing with Dad here, can you see how he's rolling his wrists? So what you're doing here, watch this. The killer mistake here I see a lot, see this left wrist?
Yes.
When you take the club away, you're rolling it. And where's that, what you do? What have
That's
you,
going on the inside.
straight away,
isn't it? Yes.
right? So what I want you to do here, right, is pause there. Just take that left grip, and we're going to weaken the left grip so your thumb's straight down the shaft like this,
Oh, right, okay.
right? And then what we're going to do, get yourself set. I want you to pay attention to keeping that club, that wrist, intact here. We're not letting that wrist roll and flatten like this.
Right, I see, Danny.
It makes sense?
Yes, it
So you
does.
could almost, if you've got a little kink there,
Yes.
we're keeping that in all the
Yes,
way there.
I see.
Because now look, it's there. If that left wrist flattens,
Yeah.
you're coming in here, and what are you going to have to do now?
Yeah, we're going to have to roll it.
Yeah. And when you're chipping, what do we want? We want loft.
Want loft,
So we need
exactly.
to keep the loft on the golf club. This is loft. This is no loft.
Right, I
Makes
see.
sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does, yes.
There we go. So get yourself set. Get that posture in place. So there's a lot of knee flex here. Now that's your posture. So when you get a lot of knee flex here, right?
Oh, I feel as though I'm sitting on
You're
the toilet.
sitting down, right?
I
And then
see.
it's important. Look at this. That's
I see.
that shot game there. Look at
Right.
just do it with me. Look at
Yes.
this. You're here.
Yeah,
There we go.
there.
Yeah. Much better.
Oh, that's, yes, Daniel.
Can you hear the strike there?
I did, that was a nice clean strike.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
did, yeah.
So that's what we're trying to get to. Is
Yes.
basically
that feels very strange.
Yeah. In what way?
Well, it feels as though I'm sort of coming too far out, but
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're used to swinging like a round.
I've been doing this.
Everything
yeah.
about your
Yeah.
everything about your movement is roundabout.
Yes,
Roundabout. Look at this.
yeah,
Ferris wheel.
yeah.
Yeah.
The key is this.
It is.
Is
Yeah.
this motion.
The wrists. Yeah. Exactly. So what we're doing here is we're keeping these wrists in play.
Yes.
So the club feels like it's going out and
Yes.
is going in. Versus going in, out.
Out.
See the difference?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
massive difference, Daniel. It's just there, isn't it?
Yeah. That's it. Listen to that strike.
Oh, that's yeah.
See the difference? Yeah.
It's a massive difference, yeah.
So this is the first
I'm
stage.
actually getting some shack as well.
Yeah, well, because
On,
before you were playing it almost like a topspin shot in tennis, where
Yes.
these lies aren't too bad. You get
Yeah.
away with the topspin, right? Here,
Yes.
but when you're in, like when the ball's nestled in, you need that club coming almost like not topspin in tennis, but more the backspin in tennis, where the club's working downwards on the golf ball here.
Yeah.
You're hitting the ball first, and you're producing backspin. Yeah, but when you're doing this, all you've got really is topspin.
Yes, top,
Yeah?
that's right.
Yeah, you can't stop it.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And you
isn't
see now, can you see the difference in the strike completely?
it? Oh, completely.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
perfect.
Yes. I mean, I've been practicing in the garden when you came back to, and I had a chair at the side of me.
Oh, did you?
Yes, and it definitely helped.
So, you put a chair here? Just
Yes, yeah. So, but I was still doing that.
Yes.
I wasn't doing that.
Well, just watch out for this.
But when I did that, it seemed to come, and I concentrated on sort of the toe going this way as I went through the shot.
Right.
But I wasn't getting the height like I just told me there. If I keep this.
Yes, that's that
and
drill.
then turn that way.
Yes.
It's coming down, and the ball's popping up.
Yeah.
And then it's getting a little bit of check as well.
That's it. That's it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. And you're not the key
you've no idea how pleased I am. I mean, when I've been playing golf, let's say, and I get to the green, I've been so nervous.
Yeah.
And I played this week, around here at Ferry Bridge.
Yeah.
And I didn't miss one. I chipped everyone on the green. Not perfect.
Yeah.
But it didn't shank.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been searching for.
And isn't it ridiculous how simple it can be?
It is. It's simple.
You know, and I want, one of the reasons why we create these videos as well for you is that, you know, I think, you know, my dad you were in a bad place, weren't you? So
I certainly was. Yes,
you know, so when you're never far away from some really, really good shots. And this one thing that Dad's doing here in terms of, you know, it's called the VSP basically. It's kind of like swinging like a Ferris wheel. The more you can get into that, the better. But I just want to give one caveat with this. So we did this when we went camping. Get yourself set. Now, Dad, when he first did this, and we put the chair in place, or we actually used a wheelbarrow, didn't we? A wheelbarrow, didn't we? Right? What he did is he tried to create a Ferris wheel by moving his arms away from his body.
Yes, I did.
But the problem is, if your arms move away, you're actually bringing more chance of missed strikes and shanks.
Which I did.
Which you did, right? So what we're doing is we're creating a Ferris wheel by posture, by wrists.
Yes.
And keep looking after those wrists, not letting those wrists
break down
there. Yes. And their hands are still staying in.
Yes.
As we're swinging back.
Yeah.
What else did we do though with this?
The left shoulder, when I went back, you got me sort of really exaggerating this left shoulder coming down.
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 Now why would we get the left shoulder going down?
Well, that's so the club could get the necessary height to get the ball in the air.
Absolutely. So also look at this here. Get yourself set again, Dad.
Yep.
So this is the third thing. Left shoulder goes down, but does not excessively go. Of course, it's going to turn a little bit, but doesn't go excessively around.
No.
What we do around is a roundabout. When we get the left shoulder working, or feel like their head's working this way, what happens to the club? It's working naturally much more up on the line we want it to do. So they're the three things at the moment. The final thing, grip pressure.
Yep.
So once he's in posture, he's got the wrist working, the left shoulder's working down. The final thing in getting a really good strike, grip it now at 10, Dad. Give it a maximum grip pressure at 10. 10 how hard you can.
Yep.
Move to 5, move to 2. 2 is where I want, between 2 and 4 is where I want your grip.
Loose.
About 4, maybe a 3 or 4, is where I want your grip pressure all the way through this.
Right.
So we don't increase it throughout the entire shot. A lot of people, when they get a bit anxious, they grab it. Right? So pay attention now to grip pressure. Make sure your posture's in place. Yep. That's it. Okay. You can soften those knees a little bit, relax a little bit. There you go. Makes sense?
It does, doesn't it?
Can you hear that crisp strike now? Yeah, a bit long, that one.
Yeah.
And again, so a bit stiff on that one. Just when we get into posture, just soften those arms. So when you heel look, you'll know that you're in a good posture, because when you heel look, this right arm, remember, can feel soft. Remember you used to do this?
Oh yes.
Stiff, wasn't it?
Yeah, very stiff.
Just
very
get
stiff.
there. Now you know when that right arm's a good guide there. It's a bit soft, and that's all.
Well, you did tell me to keep these
much tighter.
Much tighter.
Yes. Yeah.
As you're going through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's all coming from your posture. See, you couldn't keep them tight before because you're like this.
That's right.
So when we got your heel look, everything's just softer.
It was.
Lovely.
Oh, that's so much better now.
It's just confident, isn't it?
It is. My confidence is building all the time.
Yeah. And let's have a bit of fun, just to kind of like, you know, finish off. So I don't want to make it any more complicated than that, because it really isn't it?
It's not complicated at all.
You know,
You've just got to get used to a different position. It does feel strange, because I've been so used to sort of doing this.
Yeah.
And when you change to something new, it doesn't feel right, but it is right.
But you've got to be patient, haven't you?
Definitely.
So you
can't just fix this in a couple of swings.
No.
You've got to practice.
But just to finish off a little bit, so let's play a few different heights. So you know, so we're going to keep this, right? But we're not going to change Dad. We're just going to do some tweaks to, in a sense, his setup to create different flights of shot, right? Yeah. So more difficult shots and maybe some of these shots. So get yourself set.
Okay.
And what we're going to do now is I'm going to get you to play a slightly higher shot.
Okay.
Right? But all we're going to do to play the higher shot, right? I don't want you to change anything apart from, borrow this for a second.
Yep.
I want you to move the ball further forward in your stance.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. We're going to open the club face and we're going to grip it, right?
Right.
And you're going to focus on just hitting maybe the back of the club.
The back of the club?
Yeah, the back of the club, the back there. Right now you've been hitting the base.
Yes.
Now we're going to hit more of the back.
Okay.
But that happens naturally, but you move the ball forward. Do not change anything
with the swing
about what you're doing.
Right, okay.
You've just changed the ball position, you've opened the club face just a little bit and you push the ball forward, right? But nothing else changes. Setup can remain the same for now. Yeah.
So just a little bit.
So balls further forward in your stance. Further forward. There you go. That's it. That's it.
And then do I open the club?
Just a little. Then grip it. Yeah. Aim a bit more onto your left. You're aiming a bit right at the moment. Okay, that's it. Okay, good. And then from here, now, you can see here, Dad's already. You can see it. He's like.
As soon as I did that, I realised.
You realise it's like that. And there's tiff.
Yes.
Soften. There you go.
Yes.
That's it, soften those, there you go. Now don't change your thing. Don't let the ball position creep back again. So a bit further forward in your stance. Soften those arms. There you go. Just relax. Open the face just a little bit. Right. And then basically, just do a normal swing. Yeah, just do the swing you've just been doing. You're going to hit the ground a little bit behind, and away you go. And there's your higher shot.
Oh, wow.
Just like that.
Oh, that's fantastic, Danny.
Nice, isn't it? It's lovely,
I can't
isn't
tell
it?
you how pleased I am.
No, I mean, it's just, you see how simple, you know, once you've got the strike and you've got this kind of Ferris Wheel style look, you can just alter your ball position.
That's right.
And a little bit, and then you've got a lovely high shot.
Yeah.
With no difference whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
I can't get pleased down, Daniel.
So
fantastic.
So do me a favour, please keep chipping. Really, really simple.
Yeah.
Really work hard on creating like this Ferris wheel style look. Yeah. Sort out your setup to start with. Get that done really.
Yes.
You know, maybe get a video camera just to check, because as your dad said, it doesn't feel right often to start with.
Yep.
Put some obstacles in the way like we did.
Yes.
You know, and really work on it, and I promise you, you'll start to chip the ball so much better. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You want to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say, stick with it, because it really does. It works.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. But you can't just do it in 5 minutes. You've got to practice it.
Yeah. And
it does work. I can't believe that. Please do. Sorry, Danny.
That's all right. Easily son. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Maybe share it with one of your friends. And of course, look, if you're new to the channel, press that subscribe button and the bell. I'll put a free download practice guide to cover all this, so you don't have to remember a thing. And if you kind of want to continue to develop that shot game, maybe even to the bunker, I'll put a bunker video right here. That'll be awesome too. But until next week, have a wonderful golfing week. Perfect.
Is that? That's brilliant, Daniel.
How easy is that?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I can't tell you what I've gone through this last 2 years or more.
Really?
Oh, it's been bloody horrendous.
That's funny, isn't it?
Been horrendous.
I know. Well, it's just it's so it's so simple, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
You know?
Yeah.